Do it twice. It's like some days you just turn on the button and you think, yeah, but why? Come on, system, turn on. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Here comes everything. Morning, everyone. I'm Judge Person, and I just want to apologize for the late start. We had a little technical trouble on my end. Welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. We're going to try to stay convenient with the benefit of online meeting and have this meeting today. As always, if we need to come into court, we can do that. I do welcome you to court. I'm Judge Person. While we're a little more relaxed in this type of setting, I will let you know that I still have the expectation, maintain proper decorum. I've got people who can't. Audio isn't. I'm gonna send a chat over to them. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, that's most people. And unfortunately, I have a technical city meeting that I am not attending, and it's meeting on my computer, and you're going to hear it beep all morning. So I apologize for that. It's distracting for me. I looked to see if I could get it turned off, and it's working. So I do have a number of people who are on, but they can't hear. So I've sent them messages. Got one solved. Okay. So most people I've figured out who they are, and I can work with what I've got going at this point. The majority of people being connected, and I'll just keep working on those other connections. I am going to start, Mr. Khan, I'll get with you shortly, but right now I'm going to ask you to hold your question until it's your turn, which is coming up, okay? Mr. Garb from the McMahon firm, I believe y'all are here on the Rios case, and I'm going to have you and Mr. Matson go ahead and step out since y'all both already know the drill for how the online and how court works. Okay, so I want to make some announcements before we get started, and I do want to clarify who's here. I have a person in Candace's iPhone, and I'm asking that person to unmute. And can you just unmute? I need to visit with you for a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so just let me know who has a case today. What's the name of that person?
I guess it's me.
What's your name? Because I don't just have Candace. Is it Candace?
Candace Dawn Anderson.
Perfect, that's what I need. Okay, so just if you'll listen to the conversation that we're going to have, it's kind of a one-way for a few minutes, folks. I'm just first identifying folks. Catrice's iPhone, same thing. If I could just find out whose case it is today.
Yes.
Who has
Jalen McNeil.
Great, Jalen McNeil, got it. Thank you. And I'll be with y'all shortly. And then I had, let me look and see if it's still here. Sometimes people start changing and then I don't know. Then and can you unmute? Hi. Who has the case? Hi, who has the case today?
Aiden Webb.
Aiden Webb, okay. Great, I'll be right back with y'all. And then I had just iPhone. I don't know who that is. Can you unmute and tell me?
Travis. Gerardo Lara.
Okay. Great. And then I had Amanda.
Hi, I'm Aiden Webb's mom.
Okay. That's fine. Great. All right, we'll be with y'all shortly too. All right, so I just want to give you kind of some information before we get started. I do want to let you know a few things. When you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have for accusing someone. That is what a ticket is. It's an accusation. When you give a plea, you're giving an answer or a response to that accusation. And there are three options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. If you plead guilty, you're saying, I did this. No contest means I'm not admitting or denying it. Not guilty means I'm contesting it, and the state then has the burden of proof. So what I'd just like to do is tell everybody where the plea will take you, and then what options you have along the way. So if you plead not guilty, that puts the state on notice that they will be required to prove the case at trial. That means we're moving that case toward trial. We do that for a long, I could give you a seminar on it, but I'm not going to do that with your time today. But what I will tell you is that we're moving that case toward a trial process. And, our next meeting is going to be a pretrial here in the courtroom. That is a pretrial scheduling conference. We do that on every case. We don't bypass it for lawyers or citizens. We just do that. Courts do that. And we have the right to do that. So if the case is resolved today, then we don't do that. But if the case is not resolved today, that's the next meeting. That meeting will be a slotted time. We try to maximize the time, not use a lot of your time, and maximize the efficacy of that time. So we'll give you a date. It was on the paperwork that was sent to you scheduling this meeting, but a lot of times people didn't pay that much attention to that yet. So it's there, but I will remind you today as well. Okay, since you're here. So we'll, reschedule that if we need, not reschedule that. We'll meet for that next. So that's the next thing. At that meeting, we do some things that are more related to the trial process that I don't feel is appropriate to do online. And they're constitution based, and I do those here. Now, that's that process. If you plead guilty or no contest, Texas law says the general rule that I follow is that you're found guilty, it goes on your record, and you pay the fines and costs. There are exceptions. Let me talk about those briefly. I'll hit on them. So first of all, in terms of paying fines and costs, I do look at income. I look at income for two reasons here in court. One is to set a bond on a contested case that's going to trial. Two is to sentence. In guilty or no contest setting, I use that information to try to work out a court order, a sentence that makes sense. Some people can pay up front. Some people need a payment plan. Some people need different options like reductions, community service, or a combination. I need the information to do any of those things. The law says you pay, or I get the information and make an adjustment if I think it's appropriate. In the not guilty setting, the law says I collect the information and set a bond. So I don't really think that having people fill out the same information multiple times with a different label on the top makes any sense. So I just collect it on every case. We can talk about it if we need to. So that's in terms of paying fines and costs. In terms of the record, if you plead guilty or no contest, there are still 4 ways to keep an item off your record. Let me tell you what they are and just briefly hit on how they work and what you can expect from this court in connection with that. So compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court are all ways to keep an item off your record. These are also listed on the court's website. They were on the paperwork that you might have filled out for the court, but I'm going to still hit on them very quickly because sometimes people know what they're looking at. Sometimes they read it and it's just not making sense for them. And I just like to hit it for everyone. Compliance dismissals are items where the law says if you bring the situation up to date, the judge is allowed to do a dismissal. I will be looking to see if you're qualified for any of those. Some people are, some people aren't. Most cases are not, okay? They tend to relate to equipment violations. That's not an absolute rule, but that's a general rule. You can ask me about it when it's your turn. Just say, Judge, is it? You can ask me. You can advocate for yourself, but I will be looking for those types of dismissals just automatically. The second way to gain a dismissal relates to moving violations, which can be dismissed through a driver safety course option. In Texas, we have this program. Not every state does. It is based on the type of license you hold and your history of having taken that course before, plus the type of offense. So you have to be eligible. The offense has to be eligible as well. Okay. And then you have to meet the requirements to get into that program. Let me talk to you just briefly and speak more specifically what that looks like in connection with the idea of payment in this court. So paying fines and costs are something that happens if you're found guilty in many of the cases, most of the cases. All cases have fines and costs associated with them because this is a Class C court. And that's what it is. It's fines and costs. If you go to county, it's fines, costs, plus community service, plus some jail time associated with every case. So in a Class C court, it's fines and costs. People can get warrants and wind up going to jail for not following their court order. So make sure you understand your court order today, or if we're moving toward trial, make sure you know when you need to be somewhere, because the leading cause of warrants is not following a court order, which includes showing up for court on time. Now, in connection with driving safety options, every ticket, every case filed here has a court cost and a fine. The court cost is established by the Texas legislature. I don't have control over the Texas legislature. They are currently meeting. Feel free to give them a call, but they do set fines. They set court costs. And once they're set each, and every other year, those changes go into effect. The judge has no ability to get rid of those, okay? Any judge. The fines are set by the judge. So the judge has control over the fines only, okay? In connection with the driving safety course option, if you have the right license and you qualify and the item qualifies to be in the program, you pay the court cost only. Because guess what Texas law says? It says the state gets paid before the city, right? So that gets paid. You pay the court costs, the fine goes on hold. You turn in on time your driving record and your driving safety course, the proper record, the proper course. It's not that difficult. We give you written information for how to do it. You've got a 90-day window to get it done. That's a no later than. You can do it 2 weeks from the day and be done, but you have up to 90 days to complete it. You get it completed and turned in on time, and the ticket gets dismissed from your record, and the fine that was on hold gets waived. It is less expensive to pay the state mandated court costs, get the driving record and the course, and get the case dismissed if you qualify, than to pay the whole ticket. And the reason for that is just that is driven by the metrics that we know that persons who receive citations are more likely to have accidents in the future. And that's may or may not be true for each individual person, but as we all hopefully know, that's not how statistics work. So those statistics are just applied generally to the situation. So that's incentivized by state law, and it is an option. It's that second option that I listed. I'll be looking to see what you can expect is I'll be looking to see if you're qualified. If you are, I'll start asking if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, no one can make you. It's just a question of whether you want to save money and get the case dismissed. And that sounds like an obvious question for some of us, but for some of us it isn't. Some people, that's just not what's concerning for them. So I can't dictate what's important to you, and the list and how it is, the level of importance, okay, is yours to decide. But if you're interested in that and you want to ask questions, feel free to. Moving on. The third way to gain a dismissal in a Class C court directly from the bench on a plea of guilty or no contest is to request and receive and successfully complete what is known as a deferred disposition. A deferred disposition is what it says. Deferred means delay, disposition to make final. I accept your plea. I take your request for a deferral. If I grant it and we do a deferral, I put an order in place. That order will tell you what you need to do to gain a dismissal. If you do the things listed, you gain a dismissal. It's there in writing. It's in black and white, and you know what's going to happen and how to get your dismissal. If you don't do the things that are listed, you are subject to the possibility of being convicted at that point. So please make sure you understand it. In a Class C court, there's an exception under law. You may ask the judge at the time that you enter a plea, guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. You can ask the judge. in Class B courts or greater, you must ask the prosecutor. Here, you may also ask the prosecutor, but you and the prosecutor would then bring that request to the judge, and the judge would say yes or no. The judge has discretion over those anyway, but some cases need to go through the prosecutor. About 1% of our cases do, and some cases are on the pretrial docket and folks bring me a deferral request. So I'm open to each and every time I'm asked. I will listen and I will see and I will give you my decision. Okay. The fourth way to gain a dismissal in a Class C court on a plea of guilty or no contest is through our teen court program. Not all courts have a teen court program. We have a very robust one. It looks a little bit like a deferral. However, the differences are, well, the similarities are, you get your case dismissed, it's in writing, and you must request it. The difference is that I'll be pushing a little bit more. The burden is on the young person to deal with the case with support from the parent instead of the parent taking responsibility for the case, because criminal cases are not the obligation of the parent. They are the obligation of the person, whoever that person is. Okay, we can't assign it over to a different party, okay, unless we have it wrong, okay. And then the other difference is that what we're really looking at doing there is trying to get your young person back on track. Hopefully not have more criminal justice contact, try to address what got them in court in the first place. So there's often, and probably will be, a meeting with a case manager, for example, to try to ascertain what all that is. So we'll be talking about teen court. I'll be a little pushy about that because it is the most effective way that we have from a court like this one to try to ensure that we don't see your young person here again or have a more serious offense. In traffic, for example, I always have a student every year that dies. And if you are 25 and under, you're in the top group for death and dismemberment on our roadways. And if you've got a ticket and you're 25 and under, you're in like the unfortunate super group. It's not something we want to aspire for. If it's a criminal justice case, if it's a penal code violation, what we're really thinking about in terms of the future is the way that record can impact your future employment. Okay, so we want to address it, whatever it is, together if we can, on a plea of guilty or no contest. That's where we do teen court. Okay, that's the 101. Mr. Matson, I know that you were talking with Attorney Garvey. Garvey, is that how we say it? Garvey or Garb?
Garvey, Your Honor. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And so that's the Rios case. And if I could get an update from you all, that would be great. Where are we?
Your Honor, Mr. Garvey is going to take an offer back to his client. He has also requested discovery, and I understand that the final pretrial setting is May 3rd. I was wondering if we could push that back to the next setting so that he has time to receive it and review it.
Yeah, that would be fine. It's always funny to me. Pushing back means going forward. Let me look real quickly on a date. Let's see, we have May 3rd. We want to move it. I think we're looking, even though we're looking at moving those to a different process, we haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. So right now I'm going to say that it's possible this could change, but let's say May 24th.
Yes, Your Honor. And would that be an in-person setting, Judge?
It is. That's why we're pushing it out in case we don't need it.
Okay. And Your Honor, I believe we'll probably be able to resolve this before that, but if not, then of course we will be there. So.
Right. That's exactly what we do. So perfect description. You should be able to get the discovery well in advance of that. And you, of course, have access to the prosecutor and y'all have a channel of communication. If I receive paperwork, I'm generally inclined to follow it. There are rare exceptions, however. So let's just, we set a kind of a stopgap date to come in and check in at that point.
That sounds great, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, with the thanks of the court, you're good to go. Thank you, Attorney Garvey. Mr. Matson, I'm moving you forward with Attorney Swain. And I am moving forward with Casey Harry. If I say the name right, you can unmute and tell me the best way to say your name.
Casey here.
Casey Harry. Okay, thank you. Let me get your file pulled. Okay, let's see. We had community service. It was 86 hours due. There are 4 cases total. For
Yes,
that. And the cases had previously gone to warrant. That's why it's that number of hours. And this was due on March 23rd.
yes,
And
ma'am.
let me just look at what you sent me. Give me a moment. Okay, I can extend you. Do you know where you're going to do the community service? Have you looked at the paperwork we sent you?
Yes, I have looked at it. Excuse me. I'm not sure where. I was thinking CTSC.
Okay. Well, I want to encourage you to reach out to them. I can give you an extension and I'll extend to June 29th for the same number of hours. Okay. It would be-
That's
it
like
would
2
be-
months. Okay.
Yeah, that's 60 days. But I mean, we've been at this for a little while and no progress.
Yeah.
We need to have, maybe I could get that community service order. So I want you to really, get involved with it because we're going to start running out of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So you can email a new timesheet that will have your new due date on that.
Okay.
However, if you don't receive it, you have a duty to come by and get a copy of it or reach out. Okay.
Okay.
You want to keep up with your court dates.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
you don't want to go back to warrant because at a certain point, I just say the person isn't doing their part and it's just jail.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm really not terribly interested in doing that, but there are times when people that seems to be what they want to do, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know because at that point they're not communicating. Okay, so we will email a new timesheet. Do you have the rest of the paperwork with the community service providers on?
Yes.
it?
I have the list of the providers and their numbers and hours. So I can start calling around and try and find somebody that can work
Yeah.
out something.
Yeah, you need to work that out. The timesheet that we originally sent you is still usable. The new one will have the new due date on it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Any
Thank
questions?
you. No, and it's 86 hours.
Yes, I did not change that.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. I can leave.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Thank you.
Moving forward, Jalen McNeil and family, if y'all can unmute, that would be great. Let me get the file pulled up. Let's see, I'm not hearing. There we go. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Great. So good morning. How are you today?
Good.
And Mom, if I could get your name.
Catrice Johnson.
Thank you. And so the allegation is a theft under $100. If we pay it, the fines and costs are $296. Thank you for getting the paperwork signed and back to the court. I wanted to ask Mom, I know you read through it. Did you have questions regarding that paperwork?
No.
Okay. Do you feel from your perspective that Jalen, he's 12, so I know you know. So do you feel like he understands what he's being charged with?
Yes.
Okay. And the consequences of it?
Yes.
Also, do you feel like he understood the whole guilty, not guilty, no contest, sort of 101 that I did a few moments ago?
Yes.
Okay. Jalen, do you feel like you understand what you're being charged with?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you feel like you understand the options that you have available to you here in terms of the plea and how the plea is an answer to the accusation.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you understand that you have certain rights and they were written down for you. And I know you signed them, and they had to do with if you are being interviewed by attorneys or anyone representing the state, like police officers, you have the right to end that conversation. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that there's a duty to keep your address current till your case is completed, which completed here means a dismissal or a zero balance, whichever is appropriate. And then also that duty changes once you're finished. Once you're finished, I don't have to have your address updated and your phone number. But until then, if those numbers change, you got to let us know, okay?
Yes.
Okay. And then finally, I'll make a court order at some point, potentially. And, you know, that's, you have to follow the court order, or you could be held in contempt, which means you get another charge filed against you. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And then just that last form was a lot of legal language, but what it really told you is if you get a conviction before you turn 17 of this type of offense, you can have it, one of those, just erased from your record when you turn 17. But you have to ask the court where you received it. You have to come into that court and ask them to erase it. And that can help you with employment. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On this type of case, I did receive your plea of guilty. And that means that you're saying that you did this offense. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your plea today?
Huh?
Is that what you're pleading today, guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll accept your plea, but I will tell you that we have a program for first offenders, which you are. You're qualified for it because you have stayed on time for court, which is a requirement. And what we do in that event is that we ask that you reschedule. I would reschedule your case 30 days from today, which would be May 18th. And we'll probably have to come by and do that, Mom, today. And we'll give you the information for an online theft intervention class for him to take. You won't take it for him, but you'll monitor him taking that class. Make sure he's going at a pace that he understands it. Y'all will pay for that class. It's about $50 or so.
Okay.
You get the course turned in, and on time, and I dismiss it before the next court date.
Okay.
Okay, and that's what we call a prosecutor dismissal, because it's a program that we've earned out here at the court for first offenders through the prosecutor and myself coming to an understanding of how we want to approach first offenders of theft charges, because there is actually good intervention for theft cases. Persons who get theft charges and don't get intervention at a young age have a tendency to commit more thefts, and it really ruins their options for work later in their life. And we don't want that for Jalen, and I'm sure that Mom agrees with that too.
Yes.
Right. So Jalen, have you thought about what you want to do when you get older? What do you want to do? Do you know yet?
Yeah.
No, what do you want to do?
Be an NBA player,
Sorry?
a basketball player.
Okay. So, a lot of those places, they don't want to take school off. They've got a troubled history. So it's really a good idea to learn what you can from this mistake. And we're
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to opportunity to demonstrate to me that you've done that. And you do that by doing your course and getting it in on time. And when Mom says it's time to work on that, you got to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you interested in keeping this from your record?
No, ma'am.
You are interested to keep it off of your record, I should have said. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What time can y'all come by to sign up on everything and pick up the paperwork, Mom?
Is it at the Temple Municipal Court?
Yes, and you'll swing by, it won't take but a few moments.
Around 2:00.
Okay, that's perfect. 2 or so will work fine. When you walk in with him, it will be any clerk that can help you. It'll take about 5 minutes. You'll have copies of everything you need when you leave the building, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Do y'all have any questions before I let you go?
No, ma'am.
if you need an excuse for school, do you?
Yes.
Okay, can we email an excuse? We can email that.
Okay.
Can we use the email that we used to set up this meeting?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Matson, I know that you were talking with Mr. Swain and this was regarding Ethan. Williams. Go ahead and check in now.
Your Honor, an offer was extended to Mr. Swain. He's going to take that back to his client and we'll go ahead and set for final, but it might be resolved before then.
Okay, final has been scheduled for May 3rd at 2. And I believe discovery has either been done or is in the works. Is that right?
It has been done, Your Honor.
Okay, great. We'll either have it resolved or see y'all both here on that day. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Swain. You're good to go unless you have any questions. Okay, Mr. Matson, your next person is Gilbert Cond. Mr. Cond, can you unmute and get on screen, please? Let's give him a quick moment. If not, we'll come back to him. He had a question. I asked him to wait and he went off screen, so I don't know quite what's happening there. So I will move along and come back to him. Billy Morrison, let's go ahead and move you forward to the breakout room. This is a contested case, so I'm moving you to the prosecutor space. You've probably already sorted this out, but folks meet separately with the prosecutor. After that meeting, they come back in this room. We'll see you shortly. Can you unmute so I just know that your audio is working before I move you?
Can you hear me?
I sure can. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've moved him over, Mr. Matson. I'm sure you're heading that way. I am moving forward as well. If I could talk to Aiden Webb, and also Aiden Webb, I believe your mother's online as well. And that's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hi, how are we? How is everybody?
Good.
Good.
So this is the possession of a tobacco by a minor charge. The fines and costs are $181. And I do appreciate the information you all submitted. Aiden, before we get started, let me just check in with Mom. Mom, can you tell me your name?
Amanda Sanchez.
Santos?
Sanchez.
Sanchez, thank you. Some interference. Somebody's making noise. Okay, so the other thing is I did receive the paperwork and sent out. Because there's just a lot of interference with moving. It challenges your audio and ultimately can disconnect. So this is a possession of fines and costs are $181. If you're found guilty, you're also. So I just want to make sure. Aiden.
The audio is messed up.
Yeah. It won't help moving around. So either see if we can get it resolved by holding still, or we'll have to disconnect and start over. Can you hear me? It doesn't take very long if we have to do that, ma'am.
I can hear you.
I understand that.
I can hear you now.
Okay, so it's gonna help if you stop messing with it, because when you do that, it stops taking in what I'm saying and takes in the. I do this. No. Okay, so just back, let's start from the top. It's $181 if you pay it, but you're also responsible for taking a tobacco awareness class. If you fail to take your tobacco awareness class by the date that the court specifies, you wind up with a suspension on your license or your ability to obtain a license, and it then would be reflected on your driving record. So just be aware of those possible consequences. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I know that sent a plea to me, but before I accept that plea, I want to make sure that you understand the options for pleading of guilty, not guilty, and no contest.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you have entered a plea of guilty to this charge, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You also made a request for teen court. We did receive a file from you with maybe a student ID, but it wasn't properly scanned or somehow saved. We didn't actually get it. Where are you in school?
Huh?
Where do you go to school?
Wheatley. I go to an alternative school.
Okay. And what's your
What?
what is your home school normally?
Temple
I can't
High.
hear you.
Temple High
Simple.
School.
Yeah, sorry.
So I need a student ID in order to qualify you to be in the teen court program. Can we get that today?
Yes.
Okay. There's also, no, we do have it. They figured it out. So I don't need that. Great. Thank you. Staff found it. So they get it. So we've got that. They just handed it to me. So in court, there's a $20 fee. And, you know, tobacco class is mandatory. I'm going to go ahead and require course as your teen court. And you'll need to come by. When can we do that?
I can barely hear you. I don't know if he needs to mute his phone or what.
I don't either. Why don't y'all come
Okay.
Why don't y'all come on by the court? When can you get here?
I'm at work until 3 o'clock today. He's
3:30.
with my mother at the moment.
3:30 will work great. Your mom can't sign for him.
Yeah.
We'll see you at
So
3:30.
come up to the court at 3:30.
Yeah, this isn't working. To do this online is not working. So we'll do it here at the court at 3:30. We'll see
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. That was too much. Okay, moving forward, Mr. Matson and Mr. Morrison, let's check in on the case. It's a single case. Where are we?
Your Honor, Mr. Morrison has accepted terms of deferral.
Okay,
That will be a 120-day period. And he actually just recently took a substance abuse course, and I told him that he could send in the certificate of completion for that because it was within the last week or two, and I would count that towards the deferral.
it's after the dating questions, so that would work for the court as well.
And then he said he can pay the fine within 30 days.
Okay, why don't we say this? Mr. Morrison, I will approve what y'all have agreed to. That means that from today, you'll be on a deferred disposition until August 17th. During that time, no further convictions or offenses under the laws of the state. Also, payment within 30 days, which I will mark as May 18th. Are you coming by the court today to sign this, or am I emailing it to you and you print it, sign it, and email it back to me? Can't hear you, sorry. Yeah, you just unmute one more time.
I just started a new job, so I'm on my probation period. I'd rather sign it and send it in, if that would work for you.
Yeah, can we email that to the email address that we used to set up the meeting today?
Yes, ma'am. 2316bcm@gmail.
Yeah, I don't know, it's gonna take me a minute to pull all that up. If it's what we sent you and you
Yes,
click
ma'am.
in this meeting, then that's.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so then I will take that certificate of completion up until the same day that you do payment. So if you swing by to do payment, you can bring it. If you want to email it in and pay online, you can do it that way. But I need the certificate of completion by May 18th and the payment by May 18th, and that's going to be in your order.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions about what's expected?
No, ma'am.
The next thing that's going to happen is sometime this morning, you'll get a copy of your deferral emailed to you. My expectation is that you print it, sign it, and email it back today. And then we're good to go as long as you follow that order. If you read it, the things that you're expected to do are checked off. And if you wind up with any questions, you can call the clerk's office. If
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
able to answer, they will. If they're not, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're good to go then.
So I can log out.
You may. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mattson, you're welcome. But Mr. Mattson, Gilbert Kahn is back on. But he's on screen. Mr. Kahn, can you unmute so we can hear you? There you go. Can you say hello? So I know that I can hear you?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna move you. Prosecutor.
Oh, I can hear you.
Well,
Oh, now I can hear you.
hear me is that we just need to come into court. Now you can hear me?
Yes.
I'm moving you over to that meeting then. Mr. Morrison, you're good to go unless you want to hang out on the court site. Okay. And then Travis Gerardo Lara, can you unmute?
Hello.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. You?
Good, thank you. So let me just look and see what you're qualified for. There's a no driver's license charge. I don't know, state law doesn't have a dismissal on that. Let me look
That's why I called to get a dismissal.
my sentence. Let me look and see if our local program applies to your case. Give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see the prosecutor dismisses? Thanks. Let's see. Does he have any prior no driver's license charges? Okay, you do qualify for this type of dismissal that we have available. It's a limited one, but you qualify. So I'm glad you got your license. I'm signing that dismissal now.
Okay.
And then as far as your payment plan goes, let me just look at that real quickly. On his speeding violation, 30 days.
Okay.
Is the disability income yours? Or a
Yes.
member's? Okay. Okay. I'm showing that you're requesting to pay $50 a month. Is that, can you make a payment today?
I already made one on the 10th.
I see that. Okay, yeah, you're not scheduled to pay again until the 10th, but I think you're scheduled to pay all of it. Do you want to make a $50 a month payment plan? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Well, we already did the extension and all that for that, and I was approved for the monthly, like pay monthly.
Okay. I got it. I just misread your file. No problem.
Okay.
It's set up, right? Okay. All right, then we're good. We're resolved. You're good to go, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I got that dismissal. You're good to hang up, Mr. Gerardo Lara. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Matson, let's see. I know that you were talking with Mr. Pond. Can you tell me where we are with this matter?
We're going to continue the final pretrial, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Pond,
Yes, ma'am.
we have court with you here on May 31st at 3 o'clock, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. We'll see you then. Do you have any questions before you go?
No, ma'am. I'm good. Thank you, ma'am.
You're good to hang up.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. You're good to go.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Matson, moving you forward, the next person in your line, just have to, let's see. I know we did Morrison. Morgan Aikenwall. Let me go ahead and move you forward.
Application process and not going to drop out when we hit a bump in the road. We're collaborating with all of our partners in our areas to find more available units and also to provide more support and guidance to young adults to get them to leasing up.
Is that on your end or mine?
It's on her end, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, we're gonna have to go somewhere where we can hear you.
Is this better?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll move you over to that meeting with the prosecutor, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. I thought that was that meeting that keeps interrupting me. Okay. All right, moving along, let's see. Benjamin Coward, are you here? Because I sure didn't see you. Hi, Mr. Wolf. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. We'll be with you shortly.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
There were a couple people ahead of you. Hope
All
you
good.
understand. Hope you understand.
Yes, ma'am. I do. Thank you.
Mm. So y'all are just gonna see me do paperwork, which is not very interesting, but my docket's cleared and we're doing the pretrial docket exclusively at this time. So just cool your heels, listen for your name, okay? Oops. Okay. Mr. Mattson, where are we on the Aikenwall case?
We're going to continue the final pretrial, Your Honor.
Okay, so we have a final pretrial scheduled for May 31st at 3 o'clock. And we'll expect everybody to be here at that time. Okay? I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me have you unmute so that I can hear you.
What's the time again?
3 o'clock. And it is written on your paperwork, but I always like to remind everybody, May 31st at 3 o'clock, okay?
Yeah, it was a different date on mine, I thought.
Well, you had a 2-part setting and one was for today.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
We're on the same page. Thank you so much. Mr. Mattson, moving you forward with Callie Martinez. Callie Martinez, can you unmute? I'm no longer seeing her in the meeting though. So we're going to move on. The next person I had is Teresa Jimenowitz. Can you unmute? Hopefully
It's
I can-
Judowitz.
Okay. Ms. Jimenowitz,
Yes, ma'am.
I will move you over to that meeting with the prosecutor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We get any messages regarding Callie Martinez? This is taken long. This is a no-show. Callie Hall is a no-show. Okay. Let's see. Let's check in about the Jenowitz case. Mr. Matson.
Your Honor, we're going to set for or continue the final pretrial, but I anticipate that this case will be resolved prior to that date.
Okay, very good. Let's see. That was the no DL charge, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and the other one is on a payment plan, and I think that's working on time, or I would have had notes, I think, but let me just check in. Things are
Go
working.
ahead.
Okay, things are.
Yes,
working.
ma'am.
Okay, I just like to check in about that stuff while we're here. We'll see if we're not resolved on the other matter. We'll all be here on June 28th. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You said June 28th, Your Honor?
Yes, I have that break that I'm taking.
Take the
I
break
just
you
wanted to make
deserve,
sure I heard
girl.
that correctly.
Yes, sir.
I was just saying I wanted to make sure I heard that correctly.
Yes, 1 o'clock on 6/28.
1 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Jenowitz.
Have a good day.
You too. Her ID may be different, or we may just have. Okay, Mr. Matson, Candace Anderson is moving over to that meeting with you. Sorry, if you'll unmute, ma'am, that'll be great. Here we go. Is it? She may have it on her Zoom to help people know how to say it. Because she says it Jenowitz, and I said Jemowitz because I do know how you pronounce all that stuff, but sort of. I'm not perfect with it. So she may just have it on her screen to help people. Yeah. So leave it as is. Mrs. Anderson, she has a deferral on insurance case. Are there any issues with that deferral? Does she have anything coming, like turning in a document or anything? Anything I need to check in with? Short and short. She has. May 2nd, she has community service to turn in, or maybe just open the deferral and look at it. That's weird. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. Yes, they're meeting about that one. But it's a family violence case. Mhm. Okay, I wonder when that's due. For court date, I'll look and see. Okay. Let me see if I can open it because I'm in her file now too. It doesn't look like we have. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, let me get my system to close. System. All right, on the Anderson case, let's just start with the assault by contact charge. Where are we with regard to that matter, Mr. Matson?
Your Honor, that charge will actually be dismissed.
Okay, and you're sending that over this morning?
I can, yes.
Okay. Okay, and then I would just let Ms. Anderson know that community service on the deferral case is not due yet, but it's due May 2nd, and it's a 14-hour community service order. Let me know if you have any questions about that. That same due date is when we're looking for 3 months of prepaid insurance to be turned in as well. And then there's a new charge for the registration on the vehicle. That's not due until May 8th. If you are able to get the vehicle registered prior to that date, pay the fee. They're letting them know that you got a ticket. They'll charge you like an $8 fee. You bring the full thing that you peel your sticker off from to us. We can do a dismissal with a $20 fee on that, as long as you stay on time, get it done, and pay the fees over there. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
You're good to go.
You look great, by the way.
Thank you. I know I've seen you before. My hair's
Yeah.
so thank you. We'll see you soon. Mr. Matson, Mr. Wolf is here, and he's right there, yeah. And y'all have the 2 cases, so I'll let y'all go visit. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Thank you. Did he send it or did we just do one? We did it? Okay, let him know so he doesn't. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for taking care of the Tamar kids at the banquet, because I didn't realize, or I would have like pounded everybody and gotten an email. But yesterday I'm like, so did y'all RSVP? And they were all like, we didn't get anything. Oh no, I got so panicked. And then finally I said, you know what? Tomorrow I will find out what's up. I'm sure Aaron would have told me if there was a problem. And I bet we're fine. So everybody just don't panic. Okay. You just assume. That's good because the Mazariegos brothers, they actually have, them. So their dad can come, I think, which is, and then they do, which is not good. It's not a good idea. They call us. And then there's two women that were friends with the family that drive those kids all and they help, and they're kind of older and they're sweet, like really generous people. Just taking them, takes a village kind of situation. And they were like, well, we don't, and so they said, can we bring the two of them as a parent? And I was like, of course. And Dad can come in, great. And then they said, the secretary, she's always looking. Can we bring Wendy? She drives into Lake School. And I said, of course you can. So I was like, boy, I hope it's okay. Because I'm telling them, yeah. Oh, and it's Deborah Lee's her own. Yes. So Matthias can bring and right? Yes, great. Because Deborah and too much. But she's turned a corner. Things are good. So she's getting involved. Like I'm starting to see her at things, So she was at the job fair the other day. The Joaquin and the Mazariegos. I took them on it. A kid you don't know in Charles and let's see, Joaquin, yeah, that's it. That was pretty interesting. I learned a lot. I found an occupational therapist who teaches writing. Kids like me who may not fit in the class in the 30s. So I'm reaching out to her. It's a good resource for us. I got a lot of resources for this, but I got handed like this much information, so I'm kind of digesting it. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. Although a lot of the employers did not show up, which was sad. But, and some of the jobs were like not really appropriate for our kids, but that's okay too. At least they got an opportunity to talk to someone and introduce themselves and work out how you do that. Okay. LT will not let me leave LT or do anything to you without reviewing my entire. Yeah, it's just awesome. So I'm about to print a bunch of emails because if I put reminders on them, they're too many. And I need to find them once I reboot. Maybe I'll look and see. It's kind of hard to think of turning things, dealing with the other when you're trying to do something else. So I pushed, it said mute unless I'm in the meeting, but I'm not in the meeting. So I put mute all, everything. Let's see what happens next. Now I have to look and see if they're doing stuff. So does it look like our signature? Okay. They probably just lost the sheet. I mean, the sheet isn't required as long as the information is the same. Thank you. Because now I can't work in LT because I have to reboot my whole computer because LT decided. I don't know. Okay, which one do we want to begin with?
We'll start with Wilson, Your Honor. I'm actually dismissing that one. Mr. Wolf provided proof of insurance that was in effect at the time of the citation.
Okay, is it in the LT system?
That I don't know, but if it's not, I can forward you the paperwork right now. I'll forward it to Melissa.
You can forward it to Tracy. She's who's on the screen.
Okay.
And that way we're not writing it down. And then we'll just do it. And on that other case prior, the Anderson case, we went ahead and did that dismissal over here, so you don't need to send it. Yes.
Sorry, could you repeat that, Your Honor?
Yes. On the other case, the Anderson case, we went ahead and did that dismissal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And so that resolves the Wilson case. Is that right? Because there's a deferral, but I think it's in order. I don't think there are any issues.
Yes, she has a deferral in place that ends on June 13th,
Okay.
unrelated to the insurance charge.
Okay, very good. Okay, then we'll do the prosecutor dismissal over here on the insurance case now.
Okay.
Okay, and moving on to Patrick Kohler.
Patrick Kohler, Your Honor, we're gonna set for final, but an offer was extended and it's possible it'll be resolved prior to the hearing.
Okay, right now we have that scheduled for May 3rd at 3 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. And I do anticipate we'll probably have that worked out.
Okay, either way, we'll take whatever step we need to take at the right time.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all have a good.
Thank you. Y'all are both good to go.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Matson, do you have anything unrelated to pretrials that we need to